here are the top 10 non-autoplay MMORPGs, open world free-to-play games that you guys can play right now on mobile and some on cross-platform PC. So let's jump right into this list. Number 10 on this list, we have a TrahaGlobal, which came out last year. This is a very PvP oriented game which does not have autoplay, so everything you do in the game is manual. The game is based on massive faction wars, PvP siege wars, territory control wars, and so on. Lately though, the reason why it's not very high on the list is lately has lost a lot of population, is not as active as it used to be, and is not as a balanced PvP wise like it used to be. Of course, being a mobile MMORPG, this game does have some pay to win in it, but overall it's a good MMORPG experience. Both the combat in this game is very well done. You can choose class by just swapping weapons whenever you want. They have some good raids, some PvP, and massive wars, and of course it has a no autoplay, so it gets a very solid rank 10. Number 9 on this list is Toram. Now ToramOnline, should I say. ToramOnline is a classical MMORPG that came out many years ago for mobile devices. I think recently they even got like a PC client, but this game has a very dedicated player base and non-autoplay, but it's a very classic style MMORPG. You know, those MMOs we used to see back in the 2000s, 2010s, you know, that is the style of the MMORPG. And of course, those MMO used to be non-autoplay. So a very classical MMORPG includes the whole MMORPG experience that you're looking for. You can team up with players, defeat dungeons, do PvP, compete in raids, join guilds, and has the social aspect that you're looking for in an MMORPG. Now, being this old, the population again is the reason why it's not ranked much higher. It has a very dedicated player base and you can find people to play with and be social with, but it does not have the massive population that you're looking for. And the nice thing about it is this game isn't pay to win. Next up on the list, we have a DiabloImmortal. DiabloImmortal is a fairly new MMORPG. Everybody knows DiabloImmortal. You guys probably seen videos on YouTube of people spending 100,000s on their character and then selling their account for 10,000s. Yes, that kind of explains the game in a nutshell. The game is very good, non-autoplay. You can, it's like a Diablo game. It kind of feels like a dungeon crawler at times, but they have dungeons, they have raids, they have a PvP in this game. Everything that you're looking for, the whole grindy aspect of an MMORPG and the social aspect in an MMORPG. But the game is very heavy pay to win. You're gonna struggle being the strongest, competing in PvP, getting the best gems and gear, but overall the content, they have a lot of content, they have a lot of population, but it has heavy pay to win. That's why I'm giving it a rank 8 overall on this list, but the game is no autoplay. Next up on this list, we have Chimeraland at number 7. Now, Chimeraland is a very unique MMORPG. It's a very massive MMORPG with a lot of customizations. You can customize your character from being any kind of animals combined with any other animals. They have a massive character customization, but basically you're in a massive world. You can build bases, make your own houses, and travel between planets. And the monsters in this game are very cool, very unique looking. You can have like dinosaur flowers, a mix of everything basically in this game. And everybody that usually plays this game for a long period of time has only positive things to say about it. Now, a lot of people, what they struggle with when it comes to Chimeraland is the pay to win. They feel like the pay to win does gatekeep them a lot, but you can have fun with it as a free to play player and play it casually. But this game has no autoplay and it has a very fun combat system. You know, getting a bow, being able to shoot it, getting a sword, weapons like these, and go on your survival journey. It gives you a lot of like Ark vibes to it, but it is an open world MMORPG. It is fairly new too on mobile, but it also has a Steam client, so you can play both on mobile and on Steam. So that is Chimeraland. Going on to number 6, we have Lifeafter. Lifeafter is an open world MMORPG survival zombie game. That's basically how I can describe the genre. In this game, you're going to be using not your typical weapons in MMO. You're not going to go around with swords. I mean, you can, but you use weapons like guns and stuff, you know. And there's a zombie survival game, so you will have zombies to defeat. That's usually the whole theme of the game, surviving from zombies in the zombie apocalypse. But it's a whole MMORPG. You meet people in the open world, you can join up, team up with them to do PvP, to do dungeons. They have different mounts, which are cars, motorcycles, to travel around this massive world. You can build your whole housing system, but the graphics of these games is not as good as you would want it to be, but the game has a lot of content and the game is pay to win, but it has no autoplay at all. Which brings me to number 5 on this list, which is Undawn, which is very alike Lifeafter. That's why I put them right next to each other. But Undawn is basically a newer version of Lifeafter. Feels way more the graphics feel way better, the combat feels a little bit better, but overall the population, you know, that matters a lot when it comes to MMORPGs. The population, the Undawn has higher population than Lifeafter because it's a newer game and the graphics are better. This game also, of course, has a pay to win in it because a mobile MMO. It also has a PC client, if I'm not wrong. But it's the same concept, zombie survival game. You can go team up with the players, meet them in the social hub, fight zombies, do PvP, all that good stuff. And it has no autoplay at all. Next up in this list, number 4 is I was kind of struggling which game to put here, but I ended up putting Villagers and Heroes. I will talk about like more classical games later in the video, but Villagers and Heroes is a classical game which still gets updated to this day. Again, another one of those classical MMORPGs, 2010s, you know, back in the day, like Adventure Quest 3D, RuneScape vibe, Villagers and Heroes vibe. This is the type of game it is. You can have a really fun in this game, open world MMORPG experience. Again, struggling with population a lot, but it gets frequent updates. The graphics of this game, being an old school MMO, I really like the graphics of the game. They have some really cool like dragon mounts, really cool gear, vanities, costumes in this game, so very enjoyable experience. So check out Villagers and Heroes if you want like a classical MMO with really cool items that you can obtain in this game. Number 3 on the list, we have TowerOfFantasy. TowerOfFantasy is, I don't know if you call it like a fully fledged MMORPG. I mean, it does have everything you're looking for in MMORPG. It's an open world. You can meet players in the open world, fight dungeons, fight instances, do PvP with other players. So everything that you're looking for in MMORPG. They have like a whole guild clan system too. But unfortunately, the game is more like gacha based because it's based on gacha. So a lot of people, like when they hear gacha, they disassociate it with an MMORPG. But I think gacha and MMORPGs can be one thing. Also, the world itself, the open world, as I said, you can meet people in the open world and see people around in the world, but it's very limited. It's many instances, but I would say that it is an MMO. But overall, great experience, non-autoplay, very action combat, you know, very fun overall. A lot of things to do in the game, flying, you have some cool jetpacks, you have grapple hooks, a very massive world, anime style though, so I don't know if everybody's into that, and it has gacha characters. But overall, good experience in TowerOfFantasy. It does have pay to win, but not as heavy pay to win being gacha. Number 2 on this list, we have AlbionOnline. AlbionOnline is a great MMORPG that you guys can play both on mobile and on PC. It's a PvP oriented game, but everything in the game is organic, like to the economy, to the world. Everything is like very player based, and you can go out, team up with players, join guilds, join clans to go fight monsters out in the open world. It's a very PvP oriented game, so you have to be careful with zones you're going into. But overall, just great things to say about AlbionOnline. Being a sandbox MMORPG, is very easy to catch up. I mean, it's kind of grindy to catch up, but once you catch up in AlbionOnline. And very dedicated community overall. It has a lot of players, still get a lot of updates till this day, and you can have a lot of fun playing AlbionOnline. So that will be second on my list. Number 1 on my list, you probably saw the guy coming, guys. It is Tarisland. Now Tarisland is a full-fledged open world MMORPG. Unfortunately, it's not fully released yet. It'll have a new beta now in November, but I have played the beta and I can easily say that this will be the best MMORPG on mobile with no autoplay at all. I mean, they do have autoplay, I have to say, once you reach enough reputation in an area. So if you grind enough things, let's say you grind 3 weeks in one zone, you can unlock auto pathing, but nothing more. No autoplay, no auto combat, just auto pathing. So you can take you from one quest to another quest. That's it. You have to talk to the NPC and everything yourself. But this game is a full-fledged MMORPG, has raids, has dungeons, has an open world to explore, very sociable. You can have up to 150 people in your guilds. They're gonna have guild events, they're gonna have exploration events, flying mounts, fishing, you know, crafting, all that good stuff you're looking for in an MMORPG. And it's completely free to play, no pay to win things. That's going to be in the shop. Very a good MMORPG experience on your phone or on your PC. That'll be cross-platform. So that will be my top 10 list. I have to give some honorable mentions real quick because I didn't know where to put them on the list, but Adventure Quest 3D, great classical game that you guys should check out if you want to. World of Prant is another classical game, and Celtic Heroes, another classical game. 3 classical games. I just had to include them. I would put them around like number 9 on this list next to Toram, because again, population, you know, very important in MMORPG, and they don't have it as they used to. But that is my top 10 non-autoplay MMORPG list. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree. Let me know in the comments if there's other games you guys would include in the list, or if you're playing any of these games, or if you're looking forward to playing any of these games. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.